Hi there, Agile friends. Get ready for the World Tour of Agile at the Agile Online Summit 2023. You can join us from October 24th to 26th for a global showcase of cutting-edge Agile practices and insights. Join us at agileonlinesummit.com. This year, we will be featuring some of the best work done around the world and world-class keynotes. You can check all of that at agileonlinesummit.com. But the best part is that your ticket is on us. That's right, it's free to attend and immerse yourself in the world of Agile excellence. Don't miss out on this opportunity to level up your skills and network with peers and industry experts. Mark your calendars and secure your spot at AOS 23 today by visiting agileonlinesummit.com. So get your free ticket or opt for the full digital pass that lets you keep all the conference videos forever and organize, why not, Agile learning sessions at work. You can get the full digital access at agileonlinesummit.com. I'll see you in the conference floor. Hello everybody, welcome to our Friday TGIF and Product Owner episode this week with Konstantin Rebel. Hey Konstantin, welcome back.
Hi Vasco, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to this one.
And I am looking forward to hear your thoughts and stories. So let's dive into this. We'll talk about a great product owner in a minute, but before that, do share with us what was potentially the worst product owner anti-pattern you've witnessed in your career.
Yes. The worst one was the product owner who was micromanaging basically everything for the team, refining all the user stories for the team.
Alone, I guess.
Alone. Yes, alone, without the involvement of the team, refining alone, putting everything into the so-called backlog by then, and then even attending all the dailies of that team, and being the main driver in the dailies and giving tasks to each team member. So what happens then is the team members sit in the backseat and they say, oh, well, I'm just going to do nothing unless this person comes in and gives me a task. And this is exactly like the worst anti-pattern I have seen.
Wow. And I guess that unless something comes in and kind of sparks a little bit of discussion and change, many team members would be very comfortable with that situation.
They would be comfortable, yes, I think so, unless you show them something else, something where they see more value of their time, like refining together with customers. And or refining together at least with the team, not getting everything already chewed and spoon-fed by the product owner.
So when you saw this, and I don't know if that, if this came to a resolution or not.
Yes,
but,
it came.
All right, so let's explore that. Okay, so that's the starting point. But how can we help this product owner get out of that pattern or anti-pattern in this case and move on and start working more and better with the team?
Yeah. So first of all, this product owner wasn't like thinking, oh, I'm a micromanager and I will do all of this. This person just acted to his with his best intentions. But then reflecting all of it back to him, reflecting all of it back to him helped. Then we are again at short feedback cycles, right? So we've got, and this is now one very good example of remote working. This is where I attended the dailies of that team, but then as well, again, I asked, for example, the product owner to come late or not to come at all.
To skip the dailies.
To skip the dailies. Or when the person comes, we had an agreement. Okay, if you're going to be in the daily or any other meeting, I will give you feedback immediately in a private Slack chat. So that was also one of my few experiences where I, as a coach, I was really in the back scene. I wasn't talking much, but what I was doing, I was providing real-time feedback in Slack to the manager and to the product owner, so that they could free up the space. And then after those meetings, right, that they had with the teams after a few months, I got a feedback. Oh, I was not aware that I'm behaving this way, but now you, like, every time I did, you sent me a message via Slack, and so they immediately changed their behavior in that meeting, and it started improving. And by the end of that engagement with that team, I kept track of everything, every meeting, what happened and so on, what stood out, and I created for them a timeline of the whole duration that I was with the team, from like first day till the last day, and what happened on the way. What key moments did I observe that changed their behavior, as well as the ones of the product owner and the manager, and how the team actually increased their level of self-management. And this was like an eye-opener for them, because if you make a little step forward every day, you don't see the trajectory if you don't look back. So I created this for them, and they looked, oh, wow, we didn't even notice. Yeah. So those are now, since I'm ending with you today, those are now my next suggestions how you can improve even further. So, but now act.
And that's actually one of the things that is important to realize with constant and real-time feedback, as you mentioned, that because the changes are happening every day, we don't necessarily even realize. And retrospectives, or in your case, the end of an engagement, is a great time to reflect and see, okay, so what has changed? What can we learn as people and as team members, as managers, as product owners, about what works and what doesn't work? Obviously, they already have it, but they need to be reframed, because the changes happen so slowly that they might not realize the key changes that happen over time.
Yes, exactly.
So let's dive into the opposite, the mirror image of this. Konstantin, share with us the best product owner you've ever worked with. How did they work?
Mm-hmm. So this product owner had definitely business thinking in mind. So thinking from a business perspective, looking at investments and like how much does a team cost per sprint, and is that what they're working on actually worth this investment? And so this would be like a key skill of that product owner with the business thinking, understanding that the items in the backlog are hypotheses. We don't know for sure. They are hypotheses, and we need to validate them with real customers in the market, and to see whether we are going into the right direction or not.
And we need to seek feedback, right? Because that's the only way to get that understanding. Is this the right direction?
Yes, exactly. So involving the teams into the entire cycle, from refining together with customers to reviewing together with customers. So also the product owner can really be helpful in getting to that state. So when you have a product owner with that state, business thinking in mind, understanding that they are mainly hypotheses, and you need to validate them in terms of going into the right or wrong direction, and involving the teams, not chewing for the teams, but involving the teams into the entire cycle.
Absolutely.
That would be,
and that's a key skill as well for product owners. So you mentioned that thinking about work as investment, but also thinking about team as a critical part of feedback loops, right? Because it's not just me, the product owner, who needs to know. The team needs to get the understanding of what works and what doesn't work, because they are the ones creating the solution in the details, right? The product owner will think about features and stories and so on, but then the details of what that means for the product and the code and optimizations and things that could easily be changed and deliver a lot more value, that can only be from the team.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so this would be a very good product owner for me. Yeah, I have, in this respect, I also have an example with one customer. A team worked with on a particular feature for quite some time, and then the product owner organized a sprint review together with I think even 2 real customers at the same time, and the customers experienced the new features, and then they gave them feedback. Well, it's all good and nice what you've developed here, but we already have a solution for that. Our real problem is this and this and this. Why don't you, could you work on that? And immediately they had plans to continue some other feature developments on that feature that they were working on. They immediately stopped and worked on the stuff that the customers provided them as feedback. And this was for me really like a great example.
And that's a great point, because imagine that only the product owner had been there and heard that feedback, and then the product owner now needs to do change management with the team, because the team is already investing on the continuation of the feature that wasn't needed, right? And the product owner now needs to do all of the work of convincing them that the customer and so on. But when the team sees that direct from the customer, they go like, of course we can do it, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's a great story of how team involvement directly with the customer can have such a big impact.
Yeah.
Konstantin, that was a great story. We're getting close to the end though, but before we go, where can people find out more about you and the work that you're doing?
LinkedIn definitely is one place. I can send you the link later to my profile. My website, konstantin-riebel.com. And in Germany, I'm working with Lean Sherpas. That would be the places, but most active on LinkedIn.
Absolutely. We'll put the link to all of those in the show notes. So make sure to go ahead and check those out. And why not send a few stories or questions to Konstantin and get his immediate real-time feedback.
Sure. That would be great.
Konstantin, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your generosity with your time and your knowledge.
Thank you.
One more week of the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast is over, but there's a lot more we have to share. We have developed our own membership site where you find a community of active and engaged Scrum Masters. In this site, you get access to exclusive content and get to interact with us, your podcast host, as well as the best Scrum Masters in the world. So join us at scrummasterpodcast.com and keep this podcast free of advertising. See you next week for one more full week of Scrum Master tips and tricks. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.